All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you to everyone who's joined us on this snowy morning. I'm in the Lynn office here, and we've got a group here in the training room with us. Today we have Scott with OTBx, who's going to share some secret weapons to marketing success. OTBx photography and videography, I know a lot of you use. He's going to share some tips with us. We'll probably be doing that for about 45 minutes or so. And then following that, Katie's going to be talking about Photo5, Remax Hustle, the new ad campaign, and some other things. So thank you all for joining us. I will share this recording after the class. And Scott, you can go ahead.
Sounds great. Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here today. It's awesome to be here. I've got a presentation deck that I am excited to share with you. I'm just trying to get it to share here, and it's now all of a sudden it's giving me an error that I need to do something different to modify the sound. So there we go. Hopefully I got it. Looks like you can see me. Are we good? See the first slide? Perfect. Sounds good. So really nice to be here with you today. I have a full 45 minutes-ish worth of what I would consider to be some gold nuggets for all of you. A little bit of background on OTBx and who we are. If you're not familiar, the company stands for Outside the Box. We specialize in real estate marketing, mainly visual marketing for agents. We are a Canadian-based company. Our first expansion market into the US has been in Boston. So it's been an absolute pleasure to work with a lot of you. Yes, thanks, Katie, for that. For the cheers there. I think that was for us, but thank you. So yeah, we've been in Boston for the past couple of years and starting our market expansion into the US in Boston. So it's been an absolute pleasure to do it. But the reason I wanted to preface that is because we are recognized as Canada's largest real estate photography and videography company. We work with all types of brands across the country, coast to coast. We have a lot of experience in seeing sort of trends that are working, what's working for agents. And I think it's actually a really good perspective for all of you on the call today on little things that we're seeing that are working. So this is not really designed to be a pitch for us at all in any way, but I will give you a little bit of background, just a little bit on what we do and who we are. So we've listed some of the services that we provide. We really do two distinct things. One, we specialize on the listing side, so helping you market listings better, which we'll talk about a little bit today, and also storytelling and branding yourself as well, whether you're an individual agent, a team, or the entire brokerage. So my goal today is to help provide you some golden nuggets, tips that are going to help you explode. I will preface that for some of you, this presentation may feel overwhelming because social media marketing in general actually is quite overwhelming. There's a lot of things. But my goal here is to really try to break it down and give you some small takeaway pieces. So if nothing else, if you can come away with a few ideas that you can put into practice in 2023, I think they'll make a difference to actually move the needle for you long term. So I'll start by just saying every master was once a disaster. So if you're coming into this with a sort of approach of like, I don't have a social media game, my customers aren't on social media, I don't know how to post, I build my business traditional, ways. It's okay. It's okay. Like this presentation's for you as well. But I will tell you in 2023, the best way that you can get yourself out there for very, very low cost is by leveraging these platforms. So there are a lot of them. There's a lot of different ways that you can use social, use video, use content to basically get yourself out there. Two main things that I want you to remember from this presentation, if anything, there's two huge distinctions between what is brand awareness and what is lead generation. Lead generation is your intent to basically go out and generate a lead. And we know that leads are super important to agents, but on social media, it can be very particular. This is where it's like, fill out a form, book an appointment with me. Let me give you a valuation on your house. That's very different than just creating general brand awareness. Brand awareness you want to think of is if we walk down the street of Lynn, Massachusetts, and we pull over 3 people and we ask them, name 1 to 3 real estate agents in town that come to mind. Do they think of you? So, and if they don't think of you, who are they thinking of and why? So brand awareness is that idea of getting in their head that when they are asked that question, they can think of you, they can actually name an agent. Why? Because they see you all the time. Doesn't mean that you have to be on a park bench or on a billboard or on a bus, but maybe they see your signs, they've seen your social, they see the content you're putting out, and you're the name that comes to mind. That's general brand awareness. You're not asking for a lead, they think of you. There are a lot of platforms. So when I talk about the overwhelmingness of what's going on in social, you've got tons of opportunity here, and it is a full-time, it can be more than a full-time job to manage them all. And so a lot of people will get overwhelmed with the fact, well, there's all these platforms, I don't know where to start. I'm on one, I started on Facebook and I was running a Facebook page, then Instagram came along and now it's on the right. Now there's this TikTok thing. I'm not even starting on TikTok. We hear this all the time, and that's okay too. We've seen a lot of agents that are very successful by honing in on one or two, the ones that relate with them the most. And I think it's very important for you to understand sort of the nuances of some of these platforms, because they're all different and they all do different things. So for example, we'll talk a little bit about each one. Actually, I'm going to talk about sort of what I would consider to be some of the top 5. Now, I've left Facebook out of here because I know most people, for the most part, tend to know sort of the Facebook play. We'll talk to you about some of the differences between these just really quickly. So TikTok, first of all, if you are, and I'm going to use this term loosely, but if you're a serious agent in 2023 that is committed to building your business, you have to be paying attention to what's going on TikTok. You can't ignore it. TikTok is a platform that is on the rise. We hear a lot of time people will say, well, you know, it's for younger people. It's an older audience is not on it. I call complete bullshit on that. I'm sorry, but I do. It's like people in their 40s, i.e. me, who owns a house and will be moving at some point. I'm on TikTok more than I'm on other platforms. I'm consuming content. And if you go and look at the stats, and you'll see it's aging up. And people, even if they're not posting, if you ask people, just randomly pull your family together, your friends, just ask them, tell me where you're at on TikTok. What's going on for you on TikTok? Are you consuming content? And if they're consuming the content, that's where they are. If that's where they are, there's an opportunity to be there, but you need to understand the platform and what TikTok does. TikTok's designed to be fun. It's designed to be educational. It is not designed to be salesy. It's a great place to provide information, tips. If you have a comfortability with being on the camera, which a lot of people don't, you can do really, really well on TikTok. That ability to whip out your phone, very low production. You do not need to hire a company like us to help you produce stuff. If you see content, and content is around you all the time, I could go into any real estate brokerage, put you all in a room and say, okay, what's going on that's kind of different, funny, quirky that you're dealing with? You're all dealing with different things. Like, oh, I've got a situation like, you know, we've got this, I don't know, pool table in a basement. We can't get out. We need to sell the pool table with the house because it's got to be craned out. Like, there's all these wonky, those are all content gold, all of it. But it's that ability to say, like, okay, how do I tell this story on TikTok in a way that's fun, informative, educational? And again, it's not about asking for business. You're not coming out and saying, hey, if you're thinking of selling, use me. It is simply a case of them knowing, wait, you're in real estate, you produce great content. I enjoy watching your stuff. You're on trend, you're using trending music, what have you. Instagram, very different. Instagram is, has an opportunity to be more, I shouldn't say very different. They're starting to come aligned because Instagram is making sure that they're trying to release very similar features to what TikTok is doing. But Instagram is extremely heavy on video right now. Reels are outperforming static posts. So if you have a listing, for example, your listing video, if it's shot vertically and posted as a reel, tends to get more traction than a horizontal video. We still need horizontal videos for websites, for listing sites, but at the end of the day, the rise on Reels is predominantly due to the fact that the platforms actually, it sounds so ridiculous, but they want you to fill the screen. They want you to fill the phone. So if you think about it, you shoot a video in landscape, You've got a black bar top bottom. Typically, you're not filling the phone. If you're shooting vertically, you're filling the entire device. You're using all the real estate that's available on the platform. So Instagram is rewarding Reels big time. I'm going to talk specifically about a strategy on Instagram that you can all do that will exponentially increase your exposure for free. So I'll share that for a little bit. So stick around. That's my hook. But the one thing you want to think about with Instagram too, it is a storefront for you. Storefront in the sense that once people are looking for you as an agent, if they are thinking about hiring you, there's a good chance that they're thinking about possibly inviting other realtors to the table as well. So if it's a competition between you and other realtors, how does your Instagram show up? What's the story that's being told there? It is a place where people will go to research. They will go to look and kind of see, well, how many listings do you have? Are you active in the community? What kind of following do you have? How recently did you post? Are you active? Do you know how to market online on these platforms? LinkedIn, very different. LinkedIn has probably one of the best targeting opportunities for you. So if you have a team and you're looking to recruit agents, it's one of the best places for you to go to recruit agents. Why? Because you can literally run an ad to anybody who says they are a realtor inside this geography. You can also target people at different levels. So if they have certain job titles, VP, CEO, whatever, if you want to go after a particular market in an area, you can run ads very targeted to them. So there's a lot that you can do on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not widely used by a lot of agents for prospecting and brand awareness. So it tends to be kind of a hidden gem, but it's very, very strategic, probably the best place to really kind of go after a very targeted group. YouTube, I'm going to talk specifically about YouTube on the next slide, but YouTube is a huge search tool. So we always think of YouTube as for this sort of entertainment value, but it actually has tremendous search power. So we'll talk a little bit about that on the next slide. And then Google My Business, most of you know, but I will give you some examples of that as well. It is also really predominantly search-based. Something for a lot of people don't realize, I think it's important to understand, is that Google owns YouTube. So why is this important? It's important because anytime that you create a piece of content, if you put it on YouTube properly with a proper description and you're using all of the ability to put in tags, Google recognizes all of that. So as an example, if you're creating a video, like today's a great day, you got a snowy day in Boston, perfect. If you've got nothing else to do, this is the day where you go out, take your phone, and be like 5 best toboggan hills, sledding hills in Boston. Why? Because I can guarantee you there are people who are searching up a video term like that. They're going to Google to search the term, best toboggan hills in Boston. If there's a video that has been created with that search title, with a proper description of the places, it's been tagged properly for all of the communities, you've got an ability to be found. So why is that important? Ultimately, it's important because it's brand awareness. So here you are, it's Christine and someone, they didn't know Christine, but they love Christine's video. She's very informative. What else does she have? Oh, 5 best restaurants, 5 best indoor playgrounds for kids, 5 best parks and trails for your dog in Boston, in Lynn, pick the spot, get really kind of micro with that. The more micro you get, 5 best communities to live, and it doesn't have to be 5, I'm making this up as I go, but the idea here is that if those videos are done properly, they can work for you for a very, very long time. I use this slide here just to tell you a little bit. This has nothing to do with real estate, but it's a very interesting play. This is a pool company that has risen to be the #1 pool company in North America in terms of their dominance online. And the reason that they are as dominant as they are is basically because they have created a ton of micro content around their product or niche. So they talk about everything. What's the best type of pool to install? How to install a pool? They've got great playlists that break down different things. Now, this is if you're creating video at scale, but a lot of people are creating content all of the time and they're not posting it properly to YouTube. They post it to their Instagram and it gets out, but they haven't really done the legwork to put it on. And the thing with YouTube is that it works for a very, very long time. I'm just going to see why I'm frozen here. So maybe I pulled that slide. Sorry, just don't have the slide in front of me. But I was going to show a slide where there's a real estate organization that did a piece of content around a community. So it was literally, you know, they picked their town and they basically said, this is the video for the town. They did that video in 2013. It continues. If we monitor it every year, it gets more and more views. It doesn't go bad. It's a great investment. So a video that is created evergreen, i.e. 5 best toboggan hills in this community. If you do that video today and you put that on YouTube, the chances that that video actually climbs every year extremely high. It gets better and better and actually performs, and you don't have to do anything. It's basically, it's done. You've done it once. So in an ideal brand awareness flow, ideally you want to show up on search. You want to show up and be top of mind. Someone randomly pulls over someone in your community and asks them, name an agent. Are they naming you? So you want to be there. You want to be thought of somehow, some way. Then one of the things that you can do is you can create a brand awareness ad or content strategy where you're saying, hey, I'm going to post every week. I'm going to put content out on this town, on this area that I'm farming, and become, quote unquote, the mayor. You know, you are the person that's pumping out more content than anyone. Then if we get really, and you know, it doesn't have to be overly technical, but it exists, the ability that people are watching your video, they click on your website, you can track all of that. There are tools that exist to track the traffic. When they come to your website or they view your video, you can what's called retarget them. You've all seen this. This is where you are on, you're on Google and you're searching up Punta Cana vacation resorts. And the next thing you know, you go to watch a recipe video on how to make cookies, and your YouTube ad that's playing to you is from Sandals Resorts in Punta Cana. The connection there is the same thing. So imagine the idea, someone types in real estate agent Boston. They type in that search. You can tell YouTube, anybody who's seen that, send them my brand awareness video. Here I am, I'm an agent in Boston. This is what I do, da, 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 da. So there's a tremendous play there. And then that's the retargeting. Now you can start to retarget them. You can send them more content. So once they watch one of your videos, you can send them more. So we can help you with some of that strategy. There's a lot of power there. And there's a lot of agents that are not leveraging this at all. Like they don't even touch it. So it's very interesting. Got a short little video here from Daniel from our team, just talking about collaborations. I'm going to see if I can get that going. Oh, maybe not. We're just going to go into this one. So I'm going to talk about collaborations. This is, I would say, of all the tips that I'm going to give you today, probably my top. This is the thing that I love the most. I think is the lowest hanging fruit for agents that is underutilized. Collaborations, specifically talking about Instagram. I'm going to play this video and show you how I created in a collaboration post in under 60 seconds. So this is a screen recording of my phone that'll show you sort of what I did. So I walked into the downtown square of a town, framed up a photograph of the downtown square, okay? Took a selfie of me in the square. I took that picture, I go onto Instagram, okay? I do a little kind of edit just to make sure there's, you know, no skin blemishes and I'm looking really good there. I go in to write my caption. Now I'm writing the caption for the town. I actually voice dictate it. Beautiful morning in Penticton. I was out in BC. I'm hashtagging the town. I'm hashtagging the BC. So you'll see I've got different hashtags for different things. But what I'm going to do next is the keys. A lot of people don't do this. I go to this section where it's tag. And instead of hitting tag a person, I'm inviting a collaborator. So who am I inviting here? I'm looking up Penticton to see who comes up. Downtown Penticton BIA. I invite them to become a collaborator. I share the post. And what that does is basically the Downtown Penticton BIA gets a notification on their Instagram saying, hey, you've been invited to post this content on your page. If they accept the collaboration post, everybody who follows the Penticton BIA discovers me as a byproduct. So imagine how this works. Let's just go through this. I'm not going to show this video again, try to get to the next slide here. I want to show you a couple of visual examples of how this has actually worked. So if you go to our Instagram reel section on the photo on the left here, just looking at our reels, and the first thing I'm looking at is I'm looking at the reel count. So I'm looking at the view count. If you look at the view count, 1,900, 500, 900, 1,100, 1,300, 19,000. It's like there's this huge jump. It's like, why is there this huge jump? It's because we did the collaboration post. They accepted the post and the collaboration. So their audience also saw the exact same post. Now, the key there is when you do this is that you write your content, the actual
Right. Hey, Scott, I muted you. Hold on a second. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
assuming
good
you
now,
didn't catch
sorry.
any of that, unless you guys are good with
We
reading.
got to, you were saying 19,000.
19,000. So look at the difference. 19,000, the difference here is it was a collaboration post. We posted with, it was an art video we did at an art gallery. We tagged the gallery. The gallery accepted the post. Their audience is huge. Their audience discovered us as a byproduct. The picture on the right, I want to show you, this is a real estate example. So this is a real estate team that basically did a collaboration post with a local hotel. Now, the thing that's important here is that, and this applies anytime you want to do a collaboration post, is that you need to write your description with the collaborator in mind, because they cannot modify what you write. They have to accept the post as it is. This is the exact same post, just shows up on 2 Instagram accounts. So for example, this real estate team wanted to highlight this new hotel that had just opened up in the community. So they wrote the tag, "Have you discovered this hotel yet? This is the newest community hotspot." Very focused on the hotel. It wasn't, "Hey, we are the Rocca sisters and this is what we do and we are at the hotel." The hotel could care less. But if the hotel sees this post and like, "Yeah, you know what? We'll put that on our wall, on our Instagram feed." Why? Because it's created for us. It's huge. So what happens when we screenshotted this, 4,800 views, a lot of them coming from people who follow the hotel. So as a byproduct, people who are local, follow the hotel, discover the Rocca sisters as a result. And all they did is went and created community content and put a business in the spotlight. Now I'm showing you an example here with video, but you saw what I did in 60 seconds. I just went downtown, took a picture, tagged the BIA. The reason I tagged the BIA is because the BIA has an active account. They've got lots of followers and they're this right group that I want to target. So if you want to do a collaboration post on a snowy day like today, you could think of, for example, I'm thinking of something that you could do. So let's say you specialize in luxury real estate and you know a landscaping company who works in your community and specializes in working with luxury homeowners. So maybe in this neighborhood, this particular contractor plows all the driveways for everybody who's in this luxury neighborhood. And you just happen to know that. You know that because you know them, you sell that area. But you also look at their account, like, wait a minute, the landscaping company has my audience. That's who I want to go after. They're active on social media. That's a good day. It's like, great, drive down there, find the plow, meet them on the street, whip out your phone. "Hey, I'm here in such and such neighborhood, here today with ABC Landscaping. Tell us about, like, what's it like plowing?" Tell their story, put them in the spotlight, invite them to collab. Why? Because everyone who follows them discovers you as a byproduct. So it's just a great way to like create exponential leverage on content. And again, like low hanging fruit, a lot of people don't know and are not acting on. We talked a little bit about the importance of your feed on Instagram being sort of the storefront for you. So it really is in a lot of ways. Now, I've shown 2 different Instagram feeds here, both realtors, just to give you an example. The one on the right, you can see it's all listings. It's not overly exciting. It's like, it's the nice listings. It's great. We know they do real estate. The team on the left, they also do real estate. Now, the difference is there's humanity showing up. There's people, there's content, there's some interesting stuff. So I would encourage all of you, if you have a going Instagram feed, just take a quick look and be like, how much humanity shows up on your feed versus listings, living rooms and backyards and fronts of houses. You definitely want to sprinkle it in. And there's a lot of ways that you can do that. We'll share a few ideas about that. This is actually the slide I was looking for earlier. It's just kind of in the wrong spot, but talking about this agency that basically focused on this part of town, this Little Italy part of town. They did this back in 2013, 70,000 views. And if you look up this Little Italy part of Toronto, this is the most viewed video in town. So look at your town and be like, what's the most viewed video about my town, or about the search item you're looking for? Best places to live in Boston, best schools to live in Boston. See what shows up, who is dominating this. And if you know what those videos are like, you can figure out, okay, how do we make them better? How do we do that? Because I can guarantee you, there are people who are out of town who are looking for information about where to live. Where do I go? If I'm moving to Boston, where do I go? And if they discover your videos, if you're educating them, there's a good chance that they'll reach out to you and be like, you seem to know this area. You seem to be the person that I should go to and reach out to. I love your videos. You provided me great value. And I'm watching all of this before I ever pick up the phone to call you. So tremendous investment. You do it once, it works for years. So just remember, video is definitely a great investment, unlike a billboard, a short-term ad. It can work for years. And even if you do the video, whether you run it as a paid ad or not, you can turn it on and off. You can be like, you know what, spring market, got some extra dollars, I'm running my ads. Pause it in the wintertime, or maybe not, run it all year round. So, but you've done the video once, it's professionally shot, and it's designed in a way to last for years. I think is super important. This is an interesting comment. I just wanted to share this if I can get it to play. I'm not sure why it doesn't want to play. No, video no longer exists. Apparently it's gone. There's a video just talking about the importance of investing in your listings. So a lot of agents approach their listings with a mindset of looking at listings as an expense line. How do I market this listing for the least amount of dollar possible? And I would encourage you to change your mindset around how you look at spending money on listings. Listings are investments. They are not expenses. You work very, very hard to win listings. So when you win them, it's very important that you market them right, not to just get the listing sold, but to pick up the next one. So we see, if we look at the trends of agents that work with us, the agents who do the most listings, if we look at what they do, they are selling on consistency across the board. So they will tell the seller that this is how I market your listing. When I get your listing, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do photo, you do a video, we're going to get it on social platforms, we're going to do the drone work, they're doing more. So it's interesting, if we look at the patterns, they're buying higher level packages with us, they're doing more to market the listing, but the key thing there is they're actually consistent, and they tell us, they're like, we sell on that. So it doesn't matter whether it's a townhome or a luxury home, they're getting treated the same. It's our standard. So I'd encourage you, if you don't have a standard for what you do, look at your standard. Because the other thing too, you got to remember is when you're competing for that listing, if there's two other agents in the room, there's a solid chance that those other agents may be saying to that seller, look, when I market your property, this is what we're going to do. We're doing a full 360. We're going to do floor plans. I'm going to do some nice twilight shots for you. I'm going to do a proper video. I'll be in it. I'll talk about the property. Okay. It's a very, very tangible thing. Ego plays into that a little bit. Some of the homeowners, sometimes they like to see their house in video. They see some great videos from other realtors. So if you're not doing video, are you doing them a disservice? But I think the most important thing that I encourage agents to do with this is to be in your videos. If you're not doing a video for your listings, you're leaving low-hanging fruit on the ground. For the extra couple $100 to do a great video for the listing, for the brand exposure, not to sell the listing, but for you to get picked up, you're leaving one of the biggest opportunities behind. So one of the ways, how do you do that? Because we hear from agents all the time. They're like, I don't look good on camera. My hair, I don't know what to say. I need to lose 50 pounds. I get nervous. Da, 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 da. We hear it all. 90% of agents will not do it. They will not stand in front of the camera and introduce the house. So I always encourage them. It's like, you got to start somewhere. It's like going to the gym. You just got to walk in and start. Sorry, I just monitor the question. Ha ha, yeah. Okay, but true. It's true. It's a trend. It's just how it is, right? So people are afraid to do it. It's like going into the gym. You just got to start. You go in and start with simple. You do not need to tell me how many pot lights are in this house and the type of hardwood flooring. Just a very simple, hi, it's, who we got on here? Amanda. It's Amanda. I'm at 123 Main Street in downtown Lynn. You're going to love this place. Come on inside, take a look. That's it. And the reason that that's super important is because if you can get the video into the hands of the seller, so you can post a video, that's easy, no problem. But if you can get the actual MP4 file into the hands of your seller, and you have a dialogue with a seller that basically says, we need to get as many eyeballs on your property as possible. Here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to take this video. I want you to post it on your Facebook, your Instagram. And I want you to just say, selling my house, we're really excited to sell. Here's our video, check it out. Guarantee you, people will watch it. The seller's friends, their neighbors, their family, they're all nosy. You know how this works. You have an open house, people are going to come. They want to see inside. They want to check it out. They will watch that video. And there's somebody in that audience that is thinking about buying or selling. At some point, there will be. And if they discover you and they're like, hey, you know what? That was a great video. Your agent seems really nice. Would you recommend them? Yes, I would. Actually, Amanda's been great. Da, 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 da. You should call her. Next thing you know, if you pick up another listing, it has nothing to do with selling the property. It has everything to do with your brand awareness. It's like an opportunity to get your name out there. And so, again, I just always think about, if you knew that if you put a little bit more work into marketing a listing, being in a video, and it led to you picking up more listings, would you do it? Most agents would. But a lot of them don't. They're thinking, it's not going to make a difference. I can just take pictures of this house. It's probably going to sell anyway. It's like, no, you've got an opportunity to do it. And then you showcase that video. So now when you get a seat at the table, you're one of those 3 agents being selected or being looked at, you can show them, here's an example of a video we did. Doesn't have to be a luxury home, be a townhouse. This is what we do. This is how I work for you to basically make sure that we're getting the exposure that you need. And it works. Share this photo because there's an interesting story with this. We had an agent who came to us and she says, I've got a 1-bedroom condo. It was like 700 square feet on like the 8th floor of this building. So like, it's nothing special, but she bought everything from us. Photo, video, 360, drone, twilight shots of the tower at night. And kind of asked her, like, you're dropping like $1,200 on this listing. Like, what's the logic here? She's like, I want to own the tower. So she says, what we do is every time we get a listing in a new building that we want to dominate, she's like, we outmarket all the other agents because we know everybody in that tower is nosy. They're all going to see, they all look. If you live in a condo building, you're looking to see what's being posted. So as you look at it, you discover, wait a minute, that's a great twilight shot of the building. I've never seen our building like that. Who is this agent? Oh, wow, they've outmarketed. And if we look at the pattern with this agent, it works. So she did this. And then the next thing we knew, she's picking up more listings in the building. She spent the time going around talking about the neighborhood, talking about transit, the nearby park in her video. She's selling the area. Now, she did all this once. It's actually brilliant. We don't need to drone that building every time. We don't need twilights every time. We don't need area stuff about the parks. She's already done it. She just did it for the first listing. It had nothing to do with that 1-bedroom. She sold the 1-bedroom, picked up more in the building. So just think about that, because the same principles can apply for an area. If you do this and it's like, hey, I really want to sell in this pocket, but I've never really done any work here. It's a great way for you. If you have that first listing in the pocket, go all out, market all out, and stand out for sure. A couple things that you can do at listings that are quick add-ons, easy add-ons. These as an example, are photos that we take of agents at the property in a setting that's a little bit different. So it's like when you meet us there, be ready to be photographed. Bring your riders with you. So this agent here on the left, like we did a couple pictures with him. He was like, okay, I'm gonna change my coat and I'm gonna do one where I'm holding the coming soon sign, one where I hold the sold sign. We did that in the same day we shot the listing. He's got the content stacked now. So as soon as he sells it, it's post ready to go. Didn't say the amount, the day or whatever. Lady on the right, we just like, you know what, when we meet you there, sit on the couch, stand in the kitchen. Let's get a couple shots of you in the property. That's her cover. So when she goes to post the listing on Instagram, the cover photo is not the front of the house, it's her in the house. And you scroll through and you can see more of the property. So the little things that you can do that don't add a lot of extra time, but can definitely move the needle for you for sure. Are we getting some value so far? Yes, some nods? Okay, good. I'm going to try to give you a few just rapid fire kind of tips, things that I can leave you with that maybe you can put into action. So first things first, create educational content. Educational content is like again, another low-hanging, easy thing that you can do. If you're a seasoned agent who's been in real estate a long time, and maybe social is really scary for you and you don't know what to post, just think about all the knowledge that you have about the industry that the average person doesn't know. The littlest thing can be like how we install signs on your lawn. Sounds like we do that every day. I don't know how sign we do it. We call the guy and the guy comes by, drops the sign, he digs a hole and puts it in. It's like, well, how long do we leave it? Once it's sold, does it sit for 2 weeks? Does it sit for a month? Does that have to be down in 2 days? Are there local laws that kind of apply that need to know? Like, fun fact, hi, you know, it's me. And I want to tell you, like, you ever wonder like how the sign, well, here's a little fun fact. This is how this works. And it can be anything. You can literally go on the real estate board and look at local news and be like, okay, local news, what's going on in real estate? Wow, we now have a foreign buyer tax. We have increasing interest rates. We have, you know, ways that you can get a mortgage if you've declared bankruptcy. I don't know. There's so many things, but you've probably worked through these things and they're probably going on today in your day-to-day. Like you're probably dealing with something today where it's like, it's interesting, but you know it. It's like, you know it because you're just part of being a realtor, but the average person doesn't. That knowledge is hugely valuable and it works extremely well on platforms like TikTok. If you can make it nice and concise, bring it down. It's a 30-second thing. Hey, you ever wonder how long a sold sign can stay on a house? Let me tell you. So here's the rules of how long a sold sign is allowed by industry standard to stay on a lawn. Once we sell your house, the sign can technically stay for 30 days. But I like to bring it down after 5. Here's why. Boom, 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 in and out. Done. Piece of content. Let it go. Film it once. You don't need to rent a studio. You've got most people now, you've got a decent iPhone or a phone. You've got it. It's right in your hand. Just go in a nice, well-lit area, create the content, maybe watch once, twice, record it twice, post it. Because quality is so subjective. People will look at the quality. You're going to be like, I don't know. I said, I said, like, I don't know that I look good and I'm not sure I'm going to post it. It's so subjective. Some people will look at that video and be like, that was amazing. You did this great video and I love that. I just watched your content. Then they didn't reach out to you to be like, can you list my house? Not yet. But they watch the next one and the next one and the next one. And then when I bump into them in the street and I pull them over and I'm like, name an agent. They're like, I'm going to name Amanda. She comes to mind. Why? Because Amanda educated me on toboggan hills and like how long a sign can stay in a lawn. The silliest thing, but I watch all her stuff. So now she's my go-to when I go to sell. So create educational content. Just know that you tend to have it. You've already got it. You already have the educational content. Invest in video. Big one. Video is by far like it's on trend. And at the end of the day, it works for years. Some video, if you're doing something like a market update, hey, it's January 2023. Here's my market update of what's going on in the market. How many detached, how many semis sold, average buying price. It's good for 30 days. But other than that, if you create a video around 5 things you need to know before you buy your first house, that video will work for years. You can create it once. So definitely invest in video. Create your content in batches. So batch content is probably the best way to do it. You can come up, if you sit down today and came up with 100 ideas, maybe just start with 10. Sorry, I'm a bit of a, like, I'll go big, but whatever. 10 ideas that you can do and put down a number. 5 thing, fill in the blank. 5 best blank. Schools, parks, toboggan hills, trails, dog groomers, restaurants, best croissant in town. It doesn't matter. Put your thing. Okay, you got all my ideas. Great. Now it's like execution day. Don't do like, okay, this week I'm going to do the parks. It's like, no. Today, we're going to carve out half a day. We're going to do parks. We're going to do schools. We're going to do train, like do it in a batch. Sit down, change your shirt. Maybe it looks like a different spot, go to a different place, but create your content in batches. The other thing I'll suggest, if you have an opportunity, it's easy. Like, first of all, let me back up. You're always better to create the content than to not. People get in their own way. They're like, I don't know, like, where should do it? Is this the right spot? Whatever. Don't overthink it. Get out of your, like, stand up after this call, go out, stand on the street, pull out your phone, stand in an intersection. It sounds ridiculous, but it works. If you stand on an intersection, selfie video yourself with a message is on point. It's educational, it's informative, maybe it's fun. But there's cars going by you in the background, way more interesting than you standing on a white wall. Right? Like, so if you stand on the white wall, it's like everyone's just it's a talking head video. But if you go stand outside and there's cars going by, someone crossing the street, way more interesting. Okay. Create your content in batches. Consistency. So consistency is big. If you're going to do this, and you need to do this, I can't stress it enough. It's 2023. You have to understand the world that we live in now. The days of door knocking, the days of going to networking events to pick up your leads, you can do it. I'm not advocating against it. The traditional picking up the phone, having conversations with people, all of the selling techniques that we know work, they still work. You need to do it. But you have this tool right at your fingertips that can get you way more exposure. And 90% of the agents that you're competing with are not doing it. So it's right there for the taking. But if you're going to do it, go all in. Just do it. Just start. And you can grow it. Doesn't need to be some big, huge thing. If you did 1 video a week and you posted that video and you were consistent, you did that for 52 weeks. A year from now on YouTube, if you did 52 videos about Lynn, Massachusetts, you can bet on Google when I'm searching Lynn, Massachusetts, you're coming up. So that's the consistency. It doesn't need to be, and you can create a month's worth of video in a day. Just go out I'm going to do 4 today, 1 a week, stagger them, post them properly though. Make sure that they're indexed properly. You're putting them on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're going on YouTube. Be memorable. Memorable is, you got to find your thing. So be authentically you. Like, you do not need to be so polished. You're going to get your hair done today and sitting at the salon, whip out the phone. People would rather see you in the chair getting your hair done than having your hair done and being against the white wall. It's like, big deal. They want to know more about your Starbucks order. When you go to the drive-through, what do you order and why? They love that kind of stuff. So anything that's kind of memorable like that, hey, this is who I am. This is my dog. This is my kid. This is my car. This is like, they love it. So be authentic, be you. Don't fake it. Just be authentically you. Document your day. The hair salon idea, like, it's simple. You're doing stuff all day long. We got on the call, and sorry, I don't know your name. I think you're coming in as Remax 360, but you're talking about shoveling, right? It's like, who's shoveling the driveway today? It's like content, like, you're there, we're shoveling. It's a clip of The Office, a little story that goes on your thing, because I guarantee you're probably going to get 200-300 views, and someone's going to be like, oh yeah, that's Jim. Jim works at Remax 360. Like, okay, yeah, he's my realtor. Oh yeah, next video. Jim's ordering a Starbucks. Like, why do I care? They just remember you. It's like you're the name that comes up when they bump into someone in town who asks them, who is the local agent? Tons of stuff. Double down on Google My Business. Google My Business, again, low-hanging fruit. I'm picking on Hazel here only because in this particular search that I did, I just looked up, this is a search, Google search, you can see it. Real estate agent, Lynn, Mass, Remax. What comes up? These 3 results. Right? So it's like, okay, let's look at these 3 results. I don't know, is Hazel still an agent? We know Hazel? Hazel a real person? Probably. Yes. Okay. Doesn't matter. Anyway, Hazel's coming up. Hazel's got 4 reviews. She's, assuming it's a she. Areas that are served a link. Few interesting things here just to think about with this. Google My Business, run by Google. People are searching this. Best realtor in Lynn, Mass. Do you have a video called Best Realtor in Lynn, Mass? You should, if you're selling Lynn, picking on Lynn today. But if you think about it, it's like people will search that term. So if they come here, what are they seeing for you? You can create a business profile just like anybody. There should be dozens of these for each of you that is a realtor in Lynn, servicing Lynn. So I would question, well, why not? So if you go through, you can load as many pictures as you want. You can constantly be updating this profile. Think of it as like a Facebook page, but in the eyes of Google. This is where you get your reviews. What are people saying about you? So the more reviews you have, the more areas you service. If you say, hey, I service Lynn, Google's going, wait, you're in Lynn and you've got 4 reviews and you're open 24 hours and you've been on the platform for a while and you're running a paid ad with me, we're going to bring you to the top. So there's ways that you can be the top search, but this, again, you don't have to do a paid strategy here. It's all basically free. It's right at your fingertips, and a lot of agents don't do it. So use this, but it's not a set it and forget it. It's also like a Facebook profile where you've got the ability to constantly update it. So you could be updating, hey, new listing, these are the services I sell, new area I'm selling, more reviews, keep populating and working your Google My Business listing for sure. Talked about being consistent. I think we've covered all of this. The idea bucket, content batch, schedule your posts and document your day. We talked about that. Some unique value props, couple of easy things you could do. Go real niche on a farming area. And the farming area does not need to be necessarily geographically focused. It could be community focused. You'd be like, I specialize in working with seniors, first-time home buyers, divorcees. We've seen a whole bunch of things. You're going to see an aging demographic, people that are starting to downsize, kids have moved out, parents don't need the big place, specialize in that. So you could definitely do some focus around the age demo. If you do something with age demo, if you go all in on that, create your content around that, you know. And the same thing, you could be a condo or an estate home specialist. You can really focus on a particular segment if there's something that really calls you. We've seen agents, met an agent yesterday who specializes, she is known, she loves Mini Coopers. She drives a Mini Cooper and she's like the agent for like Mini Cooper car owners. She's created a club, she's got a Facebook page, and everyone knows her as like the Mini Cooper realtor, and it works. She's like, we get leads all the time from people within that community. I'm nearing the end. I'm going to see if I can play this video. I have not had much success with my videos today in this presentation, but I'm going to see if it plays. I'll just close with reminding you of this again, that every master was once a disaster. I'm going to see if this video will play. Hopefully we've got some sound. Can we hear it? Get a thumbs up? Okay, so I'm going to preface this. I don't know if all of you have seen this video or not. This happened last year. So this is the Kentucky Derby. And the reason I wanted to show this video is I think it's a great way to end, and just to remind you that if you came into this call super overwhelmed, you're way in the back, feeling like a bit of maybe a dinosaur when it comes to some of this stuff, it's okay. You can come from the back to win it. So just watch the end of this race. It's amazing. So Rich Strike here in the back comes back to basically take this thing. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty cool. Like, right? Anyway, I think it's pretty amazing, and just a great way to kind of end the presentation, just to know, like, You can come out of nowhere here. If you're a new agent today, maybe you're just starting out and you feel like you're in a league of your own against pioneers who've been in it for a long time, that's how you win. Just outperform them on some of the things that I shared today. Increase the brand awareness, become the agent that people know about in town, you're good to go. There's a QR code here. If you scan it, it'll put my contact information directly into your phone. Our website, email, phone, everything's there for you. If we can ever help you with anything when it comes to any of this stuff, we're open door here, happy to help anytime. And that basically, at this point, concludes. I almost went for the full hour, Carolyn, so I didn't do too bad, but I'm happy to take some questions and stay on for a few minutes for sure.
Wait, what questions do people have? Other than we all need to get on TikTok.
I have a couple questions.
Yes.
One kind of has to do with liability and the fact that, like, if you are videoing yourself and you're saying things about a neighborhood or house or whatever it may be, and liability moving forward. Well, somebody said you said this, or you were at the house and you said X. So how does liability play into this was kind of one. And then two, kind of finding that fine line be when you are on social media, which I'm horrible at. I'm the person who only has real estate pictures because I don't want to be recognized when I go to the grocery store. I want to stay under the radar, which is probably wrong. But I also have a friend who's a realtor who's huge in social media. And she's gotten to the point now where she drives us all bonkers because she's constantly doing kind of what you said and maybe taking it to an extreme, but she's taking a video when she's buying a new car. She's taking a picture of her eyebrows. She's taking a picture when she's out in the boat. And then she's taking a picture of her new listing. And then she's taking a picture of this. And then she's doing this. And it's so top. I know. Well, that's the thing is it's like, how do you find that fine line between, becoming kind of present in social media and driving everybody crazy?
Good question. Couple thoughts on it. First of all, you said she's a huge agent.
Yeah.
So something's working.
Oh, no doubt.
So it's just not working for you, which is fine. And that's where the content becomes subjective, right? It's like it's not resonating for you. It doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't resonate for others. And maybe it does. Maybe there's certain people who are like, I just love her stuff. You put a bunch of people in the room, they're like, oh my God, she's amazing. And there's a bunch of people in the room who are like, she's annoying as heck. I'm out.
Yeah.
But if it outweighs that, no, people find it interesting or whatever, they're watching her and they think of her to be her agent, she wins. So let the market decide. It doesn't have to be for you. I'm not like, don't change your way. It doesn't mean it's working for her. It comes naturally for her. It's not the only way to do it, but it is a very, very powerful way. And especially if you have some gifts and some comfortability to do it, then great. The other thing I would suggest with that is make sure that every time you're posting, you're not thinking about you. Think about the person. Why does this provide value? What does this do for the person that I'm showing? Yeah, I'm getting my eyebrows done, but who cares? Put the eyebrow technician in the spotlight. Ladies, you want to get your eyebrows threaded? I go here. Why? She's the best. This is the best place in Lynn to get your eyebrows done. Highly recommend. Different. You just provided me educational value, a local tip. You didn't have to say like, call me for all your real estate needs. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's the next post when I've got a listing. So that's a couple things. On the liability side, I think the liability side, you just want to be careful. You deal with this every day as a licensed realtor under a regulated body. What you say in person, like we live in a world where if you go into an open house now, like expect to be recorded. Mm-hmm. Expect that Google's watching you. There's hidden cameras in these houses. My sister, this is a fun story. My sister, she's a millennial, 10 years younger than me, sold her house with my mother. My mother was an agent. So they all left the house for the showing. So that she's selling it. She comes back. She pulls out her phone out of the kitchen drawer. She's like, I want to hear the conversation, what they said. I can guarantee you that they're going to stand in my kitchen and talk about whether they like the house or not. She pulls out the phone, she recorded the whole thing. She knew more than the agent. My mom, the agent, she's like, yeah, they're not interested. Why? Because they literally talked in my kitchen about the other house they saw down the street for 10 minutes and how they're going to go back and put an offer in on that. So she knew more. So it's like, just be careful what you say regardless, but also recognize like you can't live life where you feel like you can't speak up either. It's that delicate balance. Just think it through. What's the message? Is it compliant? Be compliant for sure. I don't know. I mean, we call the company outside the box. I know there's a line. I personally like to like dance on it. So it's like dance on. It's like, okay, slap my wrist. We'll pull it down. That content doesn't. Okay, no problem. It's not the end of the day. I got tons of content. That one is a problem for people. Fine. So I think just be careful there, but don't get in your own way either of feeling so paranoid. Like I can't say anything. I'm going to get my wrist slapped. How's that do for an answer?
That's good. Do you ever put a homeowner in a video?
We've done it a few times where the homeowner has a connection to the home build. So the homeowner maybe built the house, designed the house. Sometimes we talk about the homeowner. So especially if the house is like dated and bad, like it's really bad. It's like that pride of ownership story. This family has lived here for 60 years. You know, they've raised their kids here. They've had things here. This is a great like family home. We don't necessarily put them in it, but I would definitely bring them in for a testimonial. Like testimonials, again, low-hanging fruit. It's like, hey, Bob, tell people like, what was your home selling experience like? And those I would suggest you hire us to help you do that, because those videos will work for years. And you can literally arrange a day, 4 or 5 customers, like we're going to come to your house, just want to share a few words. And we can help guide you through how because it's awkward when they're talking about you to ask for that. But it's like, hey, I'm putting together some testimonial videos. Will you help me? It's a great way. And they will tell a different story. Oh my gosh, man, it was great. She came in, she did this awesome job. You know, I was a little disappointed that she wasn't in our listing video, but other than that, you know, so yeah, I mean, that's what I would do. We don't do a ton with homeowners in the videos typically.
Thank you.
That.
Scott, I have a question.
Sure.
Regarding Google My Business. So I was a broker owner for 10 years. So I had I guess, for lack of a better term, a Google page for the businesses, for the offices. Now that I am an agent / broker, can you have a Google My Business for an individual agent?
You can. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And how do you do that? Just go into Google and create a page?
You got it.
Great. Thank you.
There's a validation process, especially if you're putting in an address, and the address is important, where they actually paused it during COVID, but they've resumed it, where they'll mail you like a code. So it comes through the mail, you get the code. It's like a little postcard, and you validate that, okay, I got the mail and that's my address. But you could use a brokerage office as an address. So if, say you lived rurally, but you wanted to use the brokerage office as the address, we see lots of agents doing that. It's kind of pinning that as their home address. The most important thing though, one of the most important things on Google My Business is your service areas. So don't leave the service areas blank, and don't put in just Lynn. If you service, Greater Boston, list all the communities, because you never, if you're only showing that I only service Lynn, it won't show you, it won't list you if you're if someone's searching for Boston or somewhere specific.
Yeah, in fact, when I was creating the office, I had to wait for the validation code to come in the mail as a postcard.
Yeah, there you go.
Great. Thank you.
Now, if you
Yeah, I should say that
access to
all
those
of you should
pages-
have.
Sorry, Carolyn, go.
Oh, I was just saying, for everyone should have a Google My Business page. The examples that Scott pulled up, I saw those agents were using their office address. Most people do use their office address. We hear, and Scott could probably reiterate that, more and more people are going to Google My Business to look at reviews, because you can't copy and paste reviews into Google Business. So people are relying more and more on Google reviews because I think they seem more authentic. Because you have to be a verified business. You have to have someone with a verified email leaving you a review. You can't copy and paste reviews into it. So it's a good idea, if you're not using Google My Business, to start using it and start building up your reviews. You're going to have to send your clients to your site to leave reviews, but people really, they see those reviews as more kind of authentic than some of the other websites that allow agents to cut and paste reviews right into it, because they don't really know who wrote it or if they're real people writing them.
And we live.
If you
in a
need help with
really-
my business, I can help anyone too. Katie and I manage the company pages and we're really familiar. Pam, I saw you had a question of updating your profile. If you need help updating your profile, if you haven't logged in for years, we can show you how to do that and how to re-verify and how to edit and do all that stuff for you.
We also live in a review world. So we all do this now. Like if you buy something on Amazon, guaranteed you're looking at, for the most part, most people will look at reviews like, oh, this is a well-reviewed product. We live in that place. So before they call you, it's one thing, can they name you? Oh yeah, that's the I'm going to call Amanda. Now I'm going to go do my research on Amanda. Well, where are they going? Where are they going to do that research? Going to go to your website and be like, okay, now first thing I would look for, I'm biased, but first thing I'm looking for is the video. Show me the 2-minute video that explains you. Why should I work with you? What's unique about you? Then I want to see the reviews. I'll go to Google. Do you have a Google page? What are people saying? 2 reviews? It's like, I don't know. Go to Instagram. How long ago did you post? It's like, is it stale? Is it fresh? Are you creating good content? Can you market my home? If you're going to market it for me, you need to lead by the example. So that research mindset that people are in, that's like, I would argue they do that. That's where they're going to go. They're going online to check you out. So what do they see? Google's big one.
I have a quick question just to clarify. So if there's more than one agent in the office, they can still use the office address, correct?
Correct. Yes, that's correct.
Any other questions?
Can I just take a stab at, is it Lizette?
Mhm.
You're going to get like the prize for the best virtual background I think I've seen on Zoom in a long time. So
Thank you.
memorable. I love it. It's great.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Any other questions?
Hope I provided some value to you today. If you do have any questions for me, as I know Katie's kind of wanting to get in here and has some great stuff for you today, but if you
No, it's fine, right, Katie?
Right? Let me know.
She said you can keep going. So thank you, Scott. When I send this video out, I know, Scott, you didn't really promote yourself too much, but we do have special Remax pricing with OTBx, and I'll include that flyer when I send the video out after this. If you're wondering about their work, Katie uses them all the time. I actually used them when I listed my personal home last year, and the website and pictures and drone and everything was absolutely amazing. So happy to give feedback on that. If anyone's interested, we'll send out the pricing list. And like Scott said, if you're interested in doing some of this photography and videography and want to have help with it, you're welcome to reach out to them and they can help you with that. A lot of you might have met them. They were at the gala as well. So you probably met some of them at the gala back last year.
I appreciate it. And I will, if we're doing a plug, I will do one plug. We just released a new product we're really excited about called stickers. So stickers are really, really neat. If you've ever posted on Instagram and you go to add there's great debate. Is it a GIF or GIF? If you add a GIF, you see these. These are the stickers that go on a post. They're typically on a reel. There's a little bit of motion, maybe someone pointing at like an open house sign, coming soon sign. We are creating these for agents with your logo, your face. We can film you. It's really easy to do. We sell them in packages of 20. So we're rolling them out. But it's a great way that you can, when you're posting. And again, it's like, why does this matter? It matters because nobody else is doing it. So when you do it, when you post a sticker with you in it, it elevates your level of seriousness and commitment to the business if you're posting on Instagram anyway. So there we go. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, Katie, Al, for having me in today. It's been great to chat with you. And yeah, here to help anytime we can. So
Great. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Have a great day, everyone. See you.
This whole thing. Katie's dancing in the background. Katie, it's your turn.
See you.
Bye.
People in the drink too.
I know. So I'm going to mute and hear Katie, and you should be able to share your screen.
All right. Do you want me to, I'm just gonna hide so I don't. Oh, I can hear my voice. That's so weird. So, okay, sorry about that. I am gonna share my screen and just,
It's either echo or Katie, you're gonna have to.
I can't move the desktop. You want to just turn it down and I'll talk loud? Okay,
This is good.
there, I'll turn this way a little bit more so you can hear me. So everybody can see my desktop, correct?
Yes,
Anyone in there? You can see my desktop on the TV?
Yes.
yes.
All right, ignore my words. So at remax.net, I'll just jump into that first and foremost. Remax.net is available to all of us. If you guys should all have your logins for this, right? An email Carolyn if you need it. So it would be probably your name, initial at remax.net. And this is where you find all the Remax stuff that they provide. Also, there's a link to Photify. So here is where I go a lot, is the marketing portal. That should be right where it was on mine. I don't think I've saved anything at the top. And then this is where you can find like everything on Remax, logos, brand stuff, marketing tools. I tend to go to digital and social a lot, but this is also where you can get the balloon and the slogans and social graphics. So if you're not using Back at You for company posts, this is where you could get them. So pretty much you'll recognize I've used most all of these. I scheduled them out on Back at You within a matter of time. They've been posting content pretty much every month. So January, if you look back, maybe in another 2 weeks, February will be here and Valentine's Day. But again, I do share these on the private page, as well as I schedule out. I try not to post holiday posts on behalf of people, but I do put them on the private page for you to share. And then the rest of them I end up scheduling out. So here's the logo files, just so you all know where it is and what it looks like. So these are all Remax approved logos that we can use. Now, obviously we've made ours into 360, but they're all available here to download for print or for the web. So outstanding agents, outstanding results. This is the Remax luxury logo and just some photos. So these are all for us to use as we choose. Remax.net under, I think it's under marketing is what I clicked. So really, I think the biggest thing that you're going to use under this app is just where we find some stuff for marketing. So going back to Max Center. Let's see, here's a miracle. I don't know if any of you are miracle agent. I just became one. So this is where, you know, you can see, my year just started. So where you can see all your Miracle Network donations. I think you can go in and pay, or you can have Lynn just take it out of each. I think Lynn might do it. I don't know. I want to speak on that. I'm not sure. The URL shortener right here on the side. I use this quite a bit. You'll see. And this is where you can take a URL and shorten it. So for instance, here's Photify because we'll be there soon. This is a shorter one itself, but you would create a link. And then you can name it, just because if you want to go back and use it again and again, like I have a link to our list, you'll see our listings, and you copy them there. So I'll just say test. And it will shorten the long. I don't know why it's taking so long. Into a shorter, so I would copy the link and this would be here. I'll just paste it here. So it's basically rem.ax/. So I'm like, you know what, that's kind of, I don't like how that looks. I would just go ahead and, oops. Man, URL shortener. And there's a QR code. I want to edit it. So I want to call it test. Now I'm sure someone out there has used this. Oh no, I can actually use that as the shortener. So now now the name is rem.ax/test. That's the new, oh no, it didn't save. So maybe it was taken. But anyway, that's how you edit it. So without getting into detail. So I go back for sale in New Hampshire. This is Remax 360. So I could go, let's just see. Paste. So someone would click that URL shortener and they would get to all the New Hampshire listings from Remax 360 page. So I'll use it on social, see what else is for sale in New Hampshire, and I would send them here. It goes to the certain counties that I had selected. Now you can select any areas you want on our website and do the same thing. And then just copy this, put it into the URL shortener, and then you have your own specific landing for listings. And you could just pull up your own listings and, have it go to that page. So what else about remax.net, Carolyn? I know you're familiar with it. I don't want to skip over anything.
While you're on it,
Apps and tools.
oh, can I stick into your picture?
Yeah.
While you're on it, since everyone's on right now.
Yep.
The one place, go back to your dashboard. Because I've had a couple people
Yeah,
tell me this.
no,
week
everybody
about
has to see my thing.
it. Go to all apps.
All apps.
Yeah. And scroll down, manage contacts and leads. Can everyone see that in the middle of the page? I've had a lot of phone calls this week, people asking where they can add their contacts for Booge. That's where it is. It's very unintuitive. It's all apps, manage your contacts and leads.
Oh,
And
okay.
then click on contacts and leads at the top. And this is where you're uploading all of your contacts.
I have none. Oh, I
in
have a couple.
Booge. You'll have stuff.
I have a
For the
comment on
conversion of
that.
KB course. While we're on the page, I thought I'd bring that up. I'm gonna send an email about it, but manage contacts and leads is where all of your contacts go, and this is all gonna pull into KB Core.
Cool.
That's about it for remax.net though.
Okay, yeah, so you were all shortener. So anyway, you can take your time and explore. There's a lot, this is where Remax University is. This is where Megaphone, which is going away, correct? Or is it already gone?
It's not still there.
The social stuff is here, but that's done for us, so we really don't have to go to it. So next, I'm just gonna move right over since this was a
Can I
short one to
ask a-
show is
can I
Remax
ask a
Hustle.
question?
Remax.
Can I ask a
hustle.com.
question?
This is where you can make some pretty nice content for yourself. If you've seen the video on our private page, I've gone ahead and I've made these commercials for Back at You for every other Wednesday for the most part. But this is how, if you did want to, you can actually go in and erase those videos on your personal Back at You and then put them back up with your information at the end. And this is where you would do it. So the videos are down here and you would check off, see, maybe you just want to select all, and then you would fill in your information. You would upload a headshot, assuming you want your picture on it, and that's it. And then you would just create videos and download. It's as easy as that, and it will download to your desktop or wherever you tell it to. That's it. And then you would just go to Back at You and pop them in there, or just take it off Back at You, and you can just put them on when you feel like it organically. What's nice is if you're connected to YouTube on Back at You, these are videos. These will go to your YouTube page if you have it checked off, as well as Instagram if it's short enough. And where else do they go? LinkedIn. So they will go to all of those if you have them connected. So anyway, let's go back.
Can I ask a question, Katie?
So that's the ones that are, if you like the set and forget it, just leave them. They're already going to advertise for you. If you want to make them custom, you'll have to do a little bit of work. So here's the Hustle video editor. This takes a little bit of work, but it is cool once you can, figure out how to work with it. So you can do different things. You can advertise, you can do a market update, and it says team member announcement, quick update on a new listing in a neighborhood tour. I'm going to pick quick update on a new listing. Let's just see what that does. Oh, geez, he's talking. All right, well, let's get started and see what happens. So let's just say I want to do landscape, 15 seconds, because you can do 3 minutes or less. Upload headshot. Okay. Do I have to fill that out? Okay, so I'm gonna have to fill it out to show everybody. 360. 7. Remax360.com. I don't think I have to fill that out. So I obviously clicked next. My project is empty. Okay. Oh, Lizette, go ahead.
Yes,
You have to
back on,
unmute yourself.
I am unmuted. So
I
back
can't hear
on,
you. You have to unmute.
I Hello, can you hear me now?
I can't do it for her.
Can you hear me now?
I can't, can you turn it up?
Can you hear me now?
Lizette, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, back to entering the contacts on Booch. I tried that. And it's not working. I did the CSV file and then I followed the sample. They give you a sample there, an import sample. I used that. And what happens if you load only the first contact on the list? We only upload
Okay.
the,
Why don't we catch up after, Lizette? I'll reach out to you after the class and I'll help you with it, okay?
thank you. Okay.
Thanks.
Yep, okay. Add media, select photos and videos from your own device and choose from our stock library. So I don't know if this is too long. It's not showing that I can slide it over. Huh. Good thing I'm teaching this because I don't know how to use it. Oh, have a good day. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Project is empty. Maybe I can, there we go. I wonder if it's too big. Good morning. You're live on Zoom. Oh, it's uploading. I think I just put it in twice. Great. Well, while that's uploading, I'll go ahead and just show you us more. So let's go to remaxhustle.com. And I love this one, create a hustle graphic. So you don't have to use all of them, and you can guess how many homes did you sell? So let's just say she's talking on privately.
Oh, yeah.
How many homes did you help buy? How many commercial luxury property? I'm not going to do that one. How many neighborhoods have you worked? I don't know. I'm just going to throw some. How many lunches did you eat in your car? It's like really cute. What's your favorite hustle song? Name the song. What?
Car lunches.
Car lunch. Oh, yeah.
Car lunches.
Oh, what's my favorite song? I can't think of one, so I'm just write songs so we can just see what it looks like. How many neighborhoods, just so we can see what that looks like. Right, commercial. So all these animations, as you can see, oh, you can do cookies, donuts, croissants. I never seen that one. How many cups of coffee? How many miracle homes? So, and then this makes this for you. You don't have to have all of them in your thing, but then I don't think these are required. Let's just say agent. Crap. So I was gonna. Optional, build my hustle graphic. And this is what it looks like. And you can download this and look how cute that is. So we have the correct telephone number at the bottom, the website at the top. Obviously, I just wanted to get to this page. Save the image. Super cute. This isn't something I can just make to put on back at you because they're so individual to the person, but it's as easy as that. It's always here. It's nice to do around this time of the year since it's 12 months. Let's go back and I'll just. I had that one last year, but that was my song. But I'm like, I can't do that again. It's an old song. Digital welcome mat. I don't use these, but I've seen them. Happy holidays, home sweet home. These are kind of cute because your name goes on them and then you can send them to someone, I guess, or if you close, like, well, I don't know. I've seen some people use these creatively. They are cute. That looks like there are some new ones. And then highlight your skills. I will make some of these. I did it last year for our every other Wednesday posts. I think they're cute. So basically, here are our options. Oh, it looks like there's some new ones here too. So you would pick, I think 2 of them or 3 of them. So I'll go ahead and pick. Let's see, how many can I pick? 1, 3. So it's 3. And then I would upload my photo. Remax, my name. email. I don't know if it's required. It is required certain information because when I made those videos that are on Back at You, that's why it has to say broker at remax.360 because it doesn't allow me to download them without an email, and I don't want to put a bogus email. Upload a photo. I'm not going to upload a headshot just for time. And then let's see, swagger or jazz. These are the songs that are on the Remax commercials. So website. Make sure you upload a headshot, really. Sorry about this. Recent desktop. Why isn't it? Sorry, I broke my laptop yesterday, so I'm on a desktop that I'm not familiar with. So I apologize. I don't know how to click around on this. Applications. Can I just drag a picture over for my headshot? No, I guess not. Can I just lose it? At any rate, I wish I could just create the video without the headshot. Recent. Is this a picture? All right, we'll use this as a headshot. Sorry about that. So that would be obviously a picture of yourself. Create video. What's missing? There we go. There we go. I should have practiced before I was on the computer. I'm sorry. All right, so here it is. So clearly I just picked 3 random ones. You pick the one and that's the picture I pulled. And then your contact would be here. You would just click download or you can copy the link. I highly recommend not copying the link because then it's just a still photo of the video and the person actually has to click it to see it. And there's a very small chance someone's going to do that. It's always better if it just auto plays in a feed. So download it and organically upload it. Oh, I like the Facebook cover video. I've never seen that before. So it looks like it would be a longer, probably a longer sized video. Yeah, it's just the size of it's a little longer and it fits in the size for the covers. So I want to zoom, sorry. Let's see here. So I'm going to go back.
Hey, Katie, can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm watching you do this with these like little, with the Remax little videos here, the commercials. So
Yeah.
my question is, if you wanted to use one of these, but you wanted to also add at the beginning, like a little personal introduction where you are in it, like
Yeah.
can you do that?
Not in, well, the answer is yes, you can do that, but not in this website. So they only make this video how they make it. So you could take the video, download it, and then, do you have a Mac?
Yep, I do.
I apologize to the people that don't have Macs because I don't know how to speak that language, but you could put it in iMovie, make a video of yourself speaking and put it in iMovie and just put the other movie behind it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Have you ever used it? And then you would just drag them together and download them from there. That's how I would do it probably. Or you could put it in TikTok or one of those apps that take movies. And then you could do you would just select that as a second one once you make the first movie. Like
Right.
whatever application you're using that takes multiple movies. Yeah, that would be really cute because then you're talking and then it's on.
Well,
Right.
I'm just taking the advice of the first part of this Zoom.
Right.
Put yourself, how important it is to put yourself into the video, even if it's for 10 seconds.
And you could even take that video and put it maybe here, and then a video of you in front of it. So you could even potentially do it right on this website. I just find, obviously, you can see me moving around on this. I'm not that great.
Right.
This isn't like the easiest thing to use. I mean, it's fine. It's just not as intuitive as I'm so used to the social outlets that
Right.
when I go here, it's just a little different. That's why I go ahead and I do them for everybody. That way, if you don't want to worry about it, but some people really don't like the broker at email and the
Right.
office telephone number at the end, and I understand that. It's just that you're gonna have to go in and do, you know what I mean? We can't remake them for everyone. That'd be a problem. There's just too many of them.
Right.
Um,
I totally get that. I was
Yeah,
just
so but at
curious.
least I can show you here.
Right.
Cards. Oh gosh, I don't even know. I'm gonna have to study, but so I don't waste our time. I'm gonna X out of this one. I have to learn a little bit more about this before I try to teach it to anybody because I haven't been in it in so long, I forget. I used to use it and then make a listing video. So these are just all great, obviously tools that you can use. But again, I use this one, which you guys don't need to worry about, but the highlight your skills and customize a commercial. Those are the two main ones. And this create a hustle graphic is kind of personal, but I do use that personally. So that's Remax Hustle so I'm not as fluent as I used to be. So I apologize. I'll definitely touch back on these few links the next time we meet up for social. But from the things I did show you, does anyone have any questions? Because I know I kind of fumbled a little bit there. I can't see everybody, so just tell me if anyone asks a question, Carolyn. So what else was I going over? Photify or, I did want to mention really quick, because that gentleman was talking about Google. So when I'm in, let me just, Remax, no. I want to do Lynn Mass Real Estate Agents. When you go to Google, you can see these Google screens at the top. Now, these are people that are running ads through Google and they're paying to be there. I think it's per click. I just signed up, so you're not going to see me. They said I'll be here by end of day. If not today, because they were backed up, I would be here by Tuesday. So I finally was able to figure out how to get Google screens. So I just want to share what I did with you guys. I just Googled, probably Google screened, and I found this page, which Google local service ads. I think it's just that. If you want to screenshot that, or I don't know, but this is the website that I go to. So I'll just leave it there for a second in case anybody needs to Command Shift 4. You can screenshot if you have a Mac. And then I click obviously get started. Of course, I probably can't open this page. So I'll email it to you guys. And I'll email what the website is. And basically I went through the steps of, there was like 6 steps. One of them is you need, what is it? And not errors and omission. There's something I needed. There's something that you need and you can get it from Christine, but what else? The insurance, proof of insurance.
They can ask me for it too.
You can ask Carolyn for it. If I think about it, I'll grab it and put it in with the email, or Carolyn, we can email this together, and you'll need that. You need 5 Google reviews. So if you are setting up an account for the first time, just go ahead and I'll write you a review. Have your mother write you a review, have your brother. Doesn't have to be long. You just need 5 to be able to get an ad. And of course you want more. So what I did actually, which was interesting. So I'm going to get off of this because you'll be able to do it from there. But when I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get 5 reviews? I would like to start getting reviews. I decided, and you guys can do this or not, I made a private page for just my past clients. And I thought it was like some class or training we did recently, they mentioned to do this, and I went ahead and did it, and it's been awesome. And I went ahead and asked for reviews, and I had texts from 4 old clients that said, I'd like to follow instructions. Wrote you a review. I was like, it was wonderful. It's when now here, and I can contact all my clients that I've been like, it's like more personal Merry Christmas. Maybe I will video myself and put it here to them, because like I know them all. I have a past relationship with them. I posted season of giving. I try not to like do too much on this page because, but at the same time, I think I found it to be like a really helpful thing, because even if you only have I have 67 members, even if you have 10, it will grow and grow and grow. And then you can be like, welcome my newest seller, so-and-so, or welcome my buyer to the group, Anyway, I thought I would just share that. While I'm on Facebook, I can't not say this. The only way you can get likes is by inviting, or if they interact with your page. So I have to change to the page. I clearly have a lot of pages. So now I'm interacting. So I have to be acting as a page, and then you can click these likes and see if you can invite anybody. And I do know I saved one. So it's not here. Was it here? No. A little bit more. I think it's here. It would look like this. No, because I invited those. Sorry, I'm just gonna go down a little further because I'd like to show you. Maybe I did invite them all. I probably invited them all. So it would be clickable. It would say invite and it would be a link right here. And you can invite them. Obviously, I'm all over and I invite people all the time. The birthday ones are great because for some reason, that's a great one. So you would click here, invite friends. Now, somebody said this once, you have to be on your own profile to do it. We're not undercover agents. We are agents. So don't worry about inviting everybody. It doesn't really matter. Like letting go of that for me has been huge because I used to only invite certain people to my page in the past. And now I just click everybody. So I have to click one at a time because I'm only allowed to invite 200 a day because 200, because I'm in Facebook jail, I think for life.
Yeah.
So I never want to red alert them that I'm doing something wrong. So I always just follow the rule of 200. So and then I go down and I click them all off. So send invites. These 3 dots and then invite friends. My personal friends. You can only invite your own personal friends. I've invited 650. I have not invited 1896. I will say that I invited all my friends at one point, and then all of a sudden Facebook released it all back to me to invite them. But this is also the new Facebook page though that you know, but I have invited them all, and for some reason Facebook's allowing me to invite them again, so I'll invite them again if Facebook lets me. So if you know, obviously it's good for the company if we all invite people we know to the company page, because obviously we lost a lot of our followers when we lost our page. That if everyone could go there on the 3 dots, not only their own page, but to the company page, that would be super helpful because stronger together.
So we're in the Remax.
You go to Remax 360 page, 3 dots,
And click on.
invite friends. You can probably just hit this button right here. Invite all. I don't have that button even. Oh no, select all right here.
The limit is some.
So I can go to invite friends and then I can be like, all right, who am I mean, I can go to any of these groups that I'm a part of, Remax collection. And there's 80 people there that I'm friends with that don't like the page. So I know they're Remax people and I can just go and click these people off. So you can search by the groups you're into, but I think it only shows you the people you're friends with in those groups, but still it does help. You know, you can always go to the group. Hey, I just asked you guys to all follow my business page, or, you know, if it's your B&B group or whatever. Anyway, I'm getting out to a little sidetrack because I wasn't doing Facebook today, but these are just simple things that even I forget to invite people to like pages, but it's just like a friendly reminder. So Photify, I think, was something I was supposed to talk about today. So Photify has a new desktop version. Actually, while we're here, so does Instagram. I just noticed Instagram. Oops, can you see this bar? Because I can't.
Katie, one question on
Yep.
Facebook. If you invite them, they see your feed even if they don't accept.
Yes.
Okay, just say that out loud.
So if you invite somebody to like your page and they don't reject it, they're seeing your feed. So you'll notice that people like a lot of your stuff, but don't like your page. It's because they see your stuff because you've invited them. So if you see a lot of stuff on your page, go into your things you've been invited to like and don't like, and actually just like if you don't want to like it, just decline the invite or accept it. Obviously, like I try to accept like what I can from people I know that have invited, but if it's these random people I don't know when they're inviting me to their mother's auto clinic and auto shop in California, I don't even follow that. But so before I go to Photify, Instagram now is a desktop. It was only by the phone before. So I'm not sure if you can actually post, but you can get around way more. So here's the profile. Post. Yeah, I don't think you can make a post from your computer, but you can certainly see a lot more than you use. I can edit the profile. So that's cool. So Photify. This was always just on your cell phone, which it still is. I like it better, I will say. And I do think that there's a glitch today, or there was earlier. So I'm just going to say that up front. If I can't get into certain things, I'm just going to refresh the page. So this is what you see when you first get in. It automatically defaults to NAR member. So that's NAR posts. That's great, but I do like the branded Remax. So I go to Remax, social channels. No, I'm sorry.
just download, just go to photofy.com.
Photofy.com. Yep, PHOTOFY. But then you have to sign in or create an account if you don't have one. I should have said that first. And this is all the contact all the things that RE/MAX offers. So obviously, we've mentioned in the past for the Spanish, there's a whole Spanish section, seasons, holidays. I'm gonna go to house listings. So you can create, all of these would be branded with your personal stuff. I do go here for stuff for Back at You as well, but I make it very generic, and I usually pop it into Canva and don't have any contact whatsoever and just put our logo. So there's nothing here that will really overlap because it will be different anyway. But let's just say, I think if I click on it, it's not going to let me. Loading at, yeah, unknown error. For some reason, it's doing this to me. I went on another. I don't know if it's going to happen to everybody, if it's just a glitch today, but I can't blow it up and actually put the picture in and show you guys. But it's pretty simple. It would blow up large, and then it would say download image, and you would pull it from your desktop or from wherever you have it on your computer. And then you would put in your personal, what information you want on it, and then it generates and you would download it. What I'll do for everybody is once this is back up and running, I'll make a short video and post it on the private page of me going in, grabbing something, posting it on, and maybe I'll do one from the desktop, one from my phone. I prefer my cell phone, but I think it's because I've only used it with my cell phone for so long that I'm not used to the desktop yet, but it is awesome that it's here because sometimes the pictures aren't on your phone, they're on the desktop. So here's some more content, teams, office updates. Now they have a whole gallery of photos. RE/MAX has photos. I'm like, there's not a ton of them. They're very luxury and very California luxury. So I tend to just pick through their catalog. And seasons, winter. Megaphone. I'm not sure. I don't think is there anything in Megaphone? Oh, here it is. Yep. So this is where we do a lot of our welcome agents. We're all get inspired by some of these, but then make it myself in Canva. We can do a Canva class anytime you guys want to. Carolyn, is it on the schedule? Okay, because that's always fun. And this is really it because I can't go in and make it to show you right now. It's just great that it's now on the desktop. So I apologize that I can't really show you the full through, but Canva's Photofy is a great tool. I think the biggest thing is because it's branded RE/MAX already for us, and there's so much content without us having to create it on our own. So this remax.net, again, I do post a lot of this. So Mondays on Back at You is usually just a post from Photofy or remax.net. Every other Wednesday is a video from RE/MAX Hustle. Or some type of content from RE/MAX, and then Friday is something that's been created in Canva with branded the company. So what the guy said at OTBx was interesting because I think it's true. If your feed is all about houses and windows and like, or there's a picture of you, or it's just nice that we have all this different kind of content, and it's not every day. It's not multiple times a day. It's 3 times a week, which that isn't that much, but at the same time, it's a good amount that you're out there and you're visible. Erin was joking; she's never been on Instagram, but she has a ton of posts.
I have hundreds of posts.
Hundreds of posts
That people message me and reply to, and I'm like, and I never reply.
Let me
back.
see. I want to look for you.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I've never. My friends started messaging me over Instagram, and I'm like, I'm not on Instagram. They're like, yeah, you
are. Yeah, because it's just Erin Lamb, and so this is Erin. This is Erin's. Yeah, and you have 273 followers, and you've never even really done it.
There's like one post on there.
So like there's little videos, and Erin can go on Back at You and turn off the Back at You posts to be not so many if she didn't like them, or a lot of the agents I see just leave them, and still 3 likes and a comment. A like and a comment.
Things. Oh, my favorite is the click on that one.
This one?
Buyer's dads, yeah.
Hold on, get started over. Oh my God. Yep. Oh, yes, I'll quickly go to Back at You just because we have 15 more minutes. We'll do so Carolyn was just saying, we're going to do a full class on that in a couple weeks, but just to, let me just make sure I don't go into the broker one. This is the broker one. I'll log into my team. So it's not as confusing. 80. So we can now post our listings automatically, which we could have done before, but this is like, this looks great. So let's just see here. Is it under listings? Listings. Okay, so these are my recent listings. So what I would do is, and I have it checked off that it's available company-wide here. So basically what you would see, and I think Corn's a good example.
I think Chloe and Angela have been on a post.
Oh, they have? Okay, so Corn actually posts my listings when they go live, but I just want to show you what it looks like. So here is a listing of my teams. This was actually Christine's listing. And if it looks, reach out to me for the sale of this house. So I'm allowing him to advertise this house as if it's kind of his own. And that's okay with me because it just gets more people seeing it. And so these will, if you guys choose to post company listings, that would be your post. And then it goes here and it goes to, and it looks like he's the agent, and that's okay with me. And I realize that that's what I'm agreeing to. So also you can schedule, and I think you can auto do it, but let's just see here. Schedule.
Redfin does it for every single one of it. So why don't we do it? No, I said, why don't you just do it
Yeah,
for ourselves?
I know, exactly.
You go to Redfin, then you have no idea.
I know. So this is some of the, let me move that out of the way. So this is pending. So this is what generates for this one. And I think it gives me different options. Oh, I get to pick through the pictures. That's kind of cool. Status. So I can make the status be whatever I want, or back on market or whatever. Color. I'm not really sure what that's going to change. And it says something here. You can edit it. And I believe, Carolyn, can I pick different styles? Is it just the
Yes. So
templates? Here it is. Here, yeah. So templates. So it doesn't have to look like the one you saw Corn. It can. Some of these are super modern. I like that one, and that's the color. So obviously, I do like the blue, which it does default to because it's a company
Let
color.
me show, I'll quickly show you guys how you can set this up if you haven't.
Go ahead.
So I'll just X out, I'll show you. I'll walk you through, it's easy. So just
Can I
go up to your picture in the top right-hand corner.
Yep.
And click View Profile. And then you're gonna click Listings at the top and Listing Automation. This is where all those settings are.
Oh, cool.
So listings shows you if you're opting in and out of, like Katie's already successfully logged in. This is where you can customize what that top message says for all of your listings. Under Listing Automation, the next tab is when you can, and you can change the design below. Right there, see how that's what she was changing the color. So this will default for all of your listings. And if you go back up to the top to automation, that's where you pick on your listings and the company listings. Katie's already opted in, but this is where you can turn it on and turn it off. And this is where you can auto advertise your listings, and all the options are right here under Listing Automation. So that was your picture in the upper right-hand corner, and settings and listing and listing automation.
So this is one of the videos. I want to show a cool things. So it's a slideshow of the property. But it looks so cool. For some reason, I picked this one. It's a little busy than I expected, but you can pick from different templates. I believe it's here.
And in 2 weeks, we're going to do a full class on this.
Yeah, so we are doing a full class, but this is where you would find the different style videos. So I'm going to preview this one just so you can see one other one. Like how cool. It makes a video fit. So you don't have to if you don't have a video, just go to Back at You and get a video and post it here. I know, exactly. Not this video, but that will be the layout. And yeah, so that's that. So again, that was under listings. When Carolyn made me go to here, and then you want to go to your profile, and then listings, and then listing automation, just to remind us what I just did. So profile, I'm just going to go quickly to my content calendar, and then after this, we can just call it, and I'll work on that. So when you want to filter by, and then I don't have anything by me scheduled, but I'm going to unclick Remax 360. This is what Back at You has scheduled for me. Now I've deleted a lot of it because I couldn't do that, but I did leave a couple. When you click off Remax 360, this is what we've scheduled. Now, Carolyn, I think I still have to have you look through these to make sure I don't have any spelling errors, but, or that it sounds right. Sometimes I like cut sentences short. So, these are the, so if like you want to make your own video here. I'm just gonna write down a little. You can click edit post without changing the words. And what you would do is,
Take the night to consider.
oh, I think I can only do it on mine. I can only do it on the broker, I think. So it looks like you do have to delete it. Sorry. Under the broker, I can actually edit the video and insert a new one without deleting the words, but it does look like you guys will have to, you would just go in here and click delete and upload the new one. So I actually do want this to, oh, the only options are Facebook and Instagram. I should probably, I think I'm gonna go ahead and sign up for my LinkedIn now, and because these videos are long and they're nice. And then I would opt in for that post to be on LinkedIn and YouTube. So that's it. And we're gonna, again, Carolyn said we're gonna have a class on this another time. In 2 weeks. Is there any other platform anyone wants to quickly go over or any questions? Also, Amanda, I know that you were talking about liability, and I wanted to pipe in at the time. I don't know how you guys feel, if you want to powwow about it, but I love talking and all that. You just have to not talk so direct, is my advice. I heard this, or I kind of think this, like just be very vague about what you're saying, but then stand behind what you're saying, because I never want to be like, oh, the heating system is brand new. Like you can't say that. And the seller has told me that. You always put the liability on someone else when you're speaking. Someone taught, I think Betsy Mary taught me that early on. She was a little sketchy, but
She always.
yeah, God rest her soul. But
I feel like we did a class up here and they always said, I don't
oh,
know
sorry,
if you
hon.
we did a class up here and they're always like, be the source for the source. So that's what I always say too. Like, well, the town file says that it's this, or go talk to the building inspector.
Right. You're not talking just like, you know, the info. You're telling them, oh, they know the info and this is what it is.
It's just, you watch these videos and they're like, come check out this house with the brand new this, this, and this. And I'm watching them thinking, oh my God, I don't want to be recorded saying any of that.
I think you sound more intelligent too, the way you just spoke. It sounds more, it just sounds to me when you, because then again, I know what you're doing and why you're not talking like them. It just makes you smart, come across smart to me. And I think to anyone in any industry that knows about liability would totally perceive that as you as more of a, you know, intelligent, smarter person speaking that way. I hate being in videos. And I know I should, and I will work on that, but
TikTok pioneer.
TikTok, I know, I don't mind TikTok because it's so casual. I posted a video on my Facebook today that was a TikTok. I think I took it during class 2 years ago with the 100 balloon that lasted a year. It was in this office for a year. Anyway, so I'll stop talking. I talk too much. Is there anything anyone just wants to powwow about or talk about? Otherwise, I think we're good.
Do we have any questions? I know that was kind of overwhelming. That was a lot of information today.
He was way more organized. I got to come up with like a screenplay like
Yeah.
that.
I think that we're like way behind. I feel way behind on TikTok now. I have never even logged into TikTok. I know my kids watch it all the time, but he did make some really great points. It is the platform people are moving towards. It is more casual. It does build brand awareness. It is fun.
Collaboration.
I loved the collaboration ideas. So we're going to I recorded this video. I'll send it out. I think we need to digest a lot of what we learned today and start putting some of it into action. If any of you are thinking, I love the idea of creating videos for your area. I think it was a great idea what he mentioned, like go onto YouTube and search, Swamp Scott and see what's out there for videos and try to create some content that people aren't creating now and start getting some hits.
Now, this is geared towards local people and I'm not like getting any money from this, but I did a photo shoot for that realtor magazine that we get that I'm going to be on next month. And this is the company that took the photos and I wanted to know what they charged for different things. And those videos that Sherry McGurk does, the people that know her, she has 4 videos for $475. They go with her, they go out and they do the shoot time and all that, just so everyone knows like the price points that these people are paying. So $475 for 4 videos. There's a company in New Hampshire, someone had told me about that's like $250 for the same thing, but it's $250 for a certain amount of time, way better price. And they do a photo shoot, they call it a headshot shoot, but really it's like, I wish I had a picture of myself, which I don't think I do think I have a couple that they charge about $150, but then there's a $150 setup phase. So I'm doing a team shoot.
People in downtown Salem.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a shoot with my team doing things like this, just like sitting on the couch but they're professional photos. And then obviously I'm gonna take them and I'll clear out the background and I'll make it into a sticker on like TikTok or something like that. But I just needed some team photos. These were complimentary because the thing I did, but inspired me. So I was like, what would this cost? So just so everyone's aware, around here for this type of quality is 150, but then there is a setup fee. So I think it's 150. So if you do it with multiple people, you could, split the setup fee, I guess. And they give you 2 shoot locations. So that's just, I know that's, and if anyone needs contacts in New Hampshire, someone did tell me, and as long as they're willing to share it, I can share that. Otherwise I could, I don't want to give somebody else's contact out, but I know it's in New Hampshire. I heard 250 was more the range for those videos. If anyone wants to share anything else.
Any other questions or feedback? Are we good? Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Katie. I'll be sharing this recording later this afternoon with everyone. I do have to tell you, last recording, YouTube blocked it. There was some, I don't even know, it's for some illegal content. I don't know what we were doing in that class. So I did have to share it again separately with a password, but I will first post it on YouTube and see if they approve it this time. If not, I'll share it separately with a password. Next Friday, Katie and I will be in Marblehead for hands-on training. So if any of you would like to try out some TikTok videos or try out some things, we'll be there for the whole morning if anyone wants to do any hands-on work with anything. The following Friday, we'll be over Zoom again. And that class, we're going to have a little short presentation by Reminder Media, who does the magazines. And they have some new like marketing targeting things they want to talk to us about. The rest of the class is going to be how to get the most out of your Back at You. So Back at You is what I'll be presenting that. Katie just showed us. We'll go through a little bit more of, building testimonials, scheduling out content, doing the automated listings, doing videos. We're going to spend, the bulk of the time showing you all the different ways you can use that social media schedule. I know a lot of you are paying for separate services that do something very similar. So, for people who aren't familiar with it or who have kind of just set it and forget it a couple of years ago, we can show you how to really get the most out of your Back at You. They have a lot of new features over the last year. So we'll be talking about all that. The Friday after that, so 3 weeks from today, I think we'll be in the Alton, New Hampshire office for hands-on. So that's kind of the schedule over the next 3 weeks. I don't have anything scheduled for Zoom for the week after that yet, because I think we're going to be into KV core training at that point. Everything seems to be moving along quickly. I've got a training next week, my first training. So I do think by February, mid-February, we'll all be working in KV core. So thank you all.
Carolyn,
Enjoy your weekend.
for next Friday, do we have to schedule?
Bye.